Hello and welcome to Round Robin. I'm your host, Robin McCormick, and today we're going to talk about the arts in Hampton. My guest, and this is the first time you get to meet him, is Jeff Stern, who's our new artistic director. Welcome, Jeff.
Thank you. It's good to be with you, Robin.
Welcome to Round Robin, and also welcome to Hampton. You've been on the ground now like 3 weeks,
Three
right?
weeks, that's right, yeah, and it's going very well. I love the area. My family is here. We love it, and I'm really enjoying meeting all the people who help make the American Theater in Hampton Arts what it is. It's a 25-year history. It's remarkable.
It is. All that, renovation and building.
It's terrific.
And you've come in at a great point because, all that has been done, but you need to keep building on that momentum. So tell us, first of all, a little bit about your background and where you worked previously.
Well, I started as a child actor at the age of 9. So theater's been a part of my life, and the performing arts have been part of my life for a long, long time. Then when I got too much acne to be a child actor, and too much acne to be an adult actor, they put me back in the scene shop, and it started a long career for me. And I went to school in Richmond at VCU School of the Arts and got into motion pictures, television, theater. Most recently, for the past 12 years, I've been with Loudoun County, the County of Loudoun, running the Franklin Park Arts Center, which was Loudoun's first dedicated home for the arts and was built, much like the American Theater, by the public. It was asked for by the public, built by the public, and then the county is in a public-private partnership with the community to serve local artists. So
that sounds very similar to the way it is here, where some of it's the city facilities, but it's run by the Arts Commission, which is that public-private partnership, does a lot of its own fundraising, but has some hefty city involvement as well.
Yeah, absolutely, and it was really the public here, as in Loudoun, it was really the public that wanted it and really demanded it. There was so much art, so much interest in bringing in arts from around the world, and the American Theater's done a terrific job of doing that. I always think the most important thing for my job here, now that I'm in Hampton, is to first do no harm.
Don't mess it up.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Let's just move forward with what we're doing, reach out a little bit more to the local artists in our community, and some of the local community, our residents, and get to know what they're interested in. We want everybody to think of the American Theater as their home for the arts here in Hampton.
And one of the things you were saying to me right before we started was that what you've learned in your short tenure here is that sometimes the American Theater is better known outside of the Hampton city limits than right here in Hampton.
So far, absolutely. And I don't think that's inconsistent when you think about some of the remarkable programming that's been going on. We have a lot of local artists, and we want to make sure that we continue the great programming that's been taking place. And we'll talk about the season coming up. It's going to be a fabulous season, a season of faves. So it's a whole season of all the arts and acts that people have come to know, and we'll continue doing that work.
Well, let's go ahead and toss to that now then. I think that's fun because it is the beginning of the season, or maybe we'll re-air this after we're underway.
Yes, right.
But it's going to be a busy fall. What do you have in store?
It is going to be a busy fall, and you'll have to excuse me if I'm reading because there's so much going on
that
we're keeping track of it. Here to talk a little bit about the art show, but I wanted to talk also about the opening of the season. We start October 3rd with Aquila Theater Company. They're out of New York. They'll do Shakespeare. Don't freak out. Shakespeare's fun for families. People always say, oh, Shakespeare, I had to read it in high school. They do it in kind of a non-traditional version, much more accessible, great for the entire family. That'll take place on October 3rd. VSO Jazz, well known in this region, and they do terrific work. We'll have their jazz ensemble on stage October 5th. We have plenty of dance, as we always have. We'll have Taylor 2 Dance and Tango Fire. That will be later in the month.
Now, have those been popular? I know there was a tango one there before, and I didn't
They
go.
have been. They have been popular. Based on what I've seen and what I've heard, people adore them.
I think
there's so much energy there.
The dance TV shows, the reality shows, have sort of brought that genre back of tango and ballroom dance and things like that. People are a little more interested.
There was this whole movement years ago to re-energize swing dance, and swing classes were filled. And now with Dancing with the Stars, it's all this ballroom dance, and it's fabulous, and it brings people out. They're just so excited to see it, and they get introduced to not only the music but the beautiful costumes, beautiful movements, and the discipline of it. So we'll have both modern dance and Tango Fire later in the month.
Okay.
If you're looking for something to do with the little ones, we bring in Theater 4 from Richmond, a great theater company, and they'll do Three Little Pigs for us on October 12th, which is Phoebus Fall Festival as well.
Oh, nice.
So that'll be happening
tie-in.
at exactly the same time. So we're looking forward to that.
That's great. I know when my kids were little, we really loved the Theater 4. It was a lot of fun. It was paced right for kids.
That's exactly right.
You know, and you could bring kids of different ages. It wasn't just for, 8-year-olds. You could bring the 5-year-old, you could bring the 12-year-old. I mean, it still really worked
They're
together.
very well directed, very well put together, and they have a lot of good energy, a lot of talk back and feedback in the shows, and everybody enjoys it. And I enjoyed it when I took my son, when he was little, to see the Theater 4 shows as well. I enjoyed it as well.
Now, you guys at the American Theater had the expansion and built on the studio room, exhibition hall. There's all kinds of things that go on over there.
There are.
And you do dance classes and yoga
and lectures and civic events. We just had the Well Women in there, which is a group of women who just support each other by coming together once a week and talking about what's interesting in their lives. So we have yoga in the evenings, but it's a kind of a little mini screening room. We can screen films in there.
Oh, cool! I didn't even know that.
And we'll do a lot more of that as we move forward. And then right behind that is the really beautiful dance studio, and we'll do a lot more than just the master classes, which we will continue to do when these great dance groups come in. We usually do a master class with those groups. So check the website on that at hamptonarts.net and make sure if you're interested in that, because spots go quickly.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll do more and more in those programming facilities. The great thing when I walk through it, I walked through the facility for the first time with the director of the new department, Hampton Coliseum, Hampton Arts Commission, with Joe Sal. And when I walked through it with him, it was like walking through Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. Just when I thought we got to the end, he turned the key and there was another beautiful room there. Not only is the theater terrific, but there's so many spaces that all of the community can use and that we can develop educational programming in, as has been done in the past. We'll just do a little more of it moving forward.
That sounds great. And I think that's one of the things you mentioned, Joe Sau, and I don't know if we've talked about that, and I haven't talked to Joe, but he, the Coliseum director, he has expanded his portfolio to include the two arts venues, and I think that's to bring a little bit of facility and ticketing and marketing experience, not to change what you do, but maybe to help a broader audience find it and to maybe increase some revenues through rentals and through some other opportunities.
I think everybody knows how important the Hampton Coliseum is to Hampton.
I mean,
it's just
we're one of the
remarkable.
few cities in the country that has a Coliseum that makes money. I mean, right there tells
And almost
you
everybody who went to high school in Hampton graduated in the Hampton Coliseum.
That building,
so
that's
people
right.
love the Coliseum. But what I think they don't know is how talented the staff at the Hampton Coliseum is. And it's just remarkable to me that now as one department we get an opportunity to really get to know one another and use all of those skills and talents. We're still growing together. We're still figuring it out.
Oh, yeah.
But
It'll take a little while.
But it's a really, really great partnership, and I'm excited to be part of the new department.
I think that's good, too, and leveraging those strengths that each of the staff, the two staffs bring and working it out.
I agree.
That should be good.
It should. It should. Now, we have these black and white pieces all around us here.
Yeah, let's talk about those.
Yeah,
I love it when you guys come and bring the works to us, you know?
Well, I should be James Warwick Jones, but as you noticed, I'm not. He's not feeling well, so he's asked me to come in his stead to talk about what a great show this is, which is Griz.
Okay,
which
that's
is a
spelled
French
funny.
word.
I know.
It's a French word, but it harkens back to a painting technique the old masters used to use when they were getting ready or studying their masterworks. They would usually do them in black and white first, just in grayscale and as a study. So,
well, it's probably cheaper.
Yes, and it allows you to really think about composition and light in your piece before you start laying color onto it. And so James Warwick Jones, with two other individuals, came up with this idea that we would ask from the Hampton Roads region artists to submit only in black, white, and gray. They could do 2-dimension, 3-dimension. This is a fiber piece. Look how beautiful
fiber?
it is.
Oh my gosh, I would never have guessed that.
Look how
I was
beautiful
thinking it was
some of
glass.
And there are sculptural pieces, glass pieces, fiber pieces, 2-dimensional pieces, some representational, some others and what's fascinating about it is because they're in grayscale, you see things that you wouldn't normally see in color in terms of composition, style, mood. It's just remarkable. It's a remarkable show. 122 pieces by 85 Hampton Roads artists.
You know, I will say that is one thing that it continues every single time to amaze me about that art gallery is how, I mean, exhibits only run for usually 6 weeks, maybe 8.
Right.
And it's just a constant churn. Every time you go, there's something different, and it is always fabulous. It is always impressive.
And this show will only be there until October 6th.
That's right.
So definitely take it. It's great for kids to go down. There's a fascinating piece on the upper level, which are just representations of horses' legs that are made in burlap, and they're up on a wall without the horse's body. It's a fascinating piece, and people should really go and look at the entire exhibit. Of course, Jim and the staff there at the Charles H. Taylor Art Center do a terrific job of providing opportunities for all of our artists in the Hampton Roads regions. And there are so many shows coming up.
All right, well, let's talk about that for a minute, especially in case people miss Griz, because I know it's ending soon.
Mm-hmm.
You have, I'm just going to call it miniatures. I think it has, all of them have bigger titles.
Yes, small works, right.
Mm-hmm. Small works. Mm-hmm. And what's especially cool about that is, I mean, it's a smaller platform. Either the canvas has to be a certain dimension, or the three-dimensional object has to fit within but it means you take more. I mean, there's more pieces in that exhibit too.
And what's really fascinating is when you think small, you think maybe there won't be that level of detail, but the detail is remarkable.
I know, how
absolutely
do they do that?
Remarkable. I know a couple of painters who work only in miniature, and they work kind of like jewelers, with the magnifying glasses and all. It's just a remarkable new area. It's not really new, but it has expanded in the last 2 years, and people have become much more interested in it. And so galleries are featuring it more and more, and it's great. There's plein air painting, the plein air show.
What does that mean?
It means you go outside and paint. That's pretty much what it means.
Fancy words.
Griz,
it's like black and white. Plein air. I'm outside. Jeez, you make it.
It's all she.
Oh, very she.
Yeah. Okay. But it's a lot of fun. So, and of course, we know it from the Impressionists, from the great French Impressionists, who went out and painted those beautiful fields and all the masterworks that were created that way. And that's what people do. They go out with easels, find a spot, paint what they want to, what is most interesting to them in any way they want to do it. Mm-hmm. And then it will be hanging. So there'll be pictures really of our region, of places where we live and work.
Oh, that's good, because it is all 757, I think.
Yes.
So within the region.
Yeah, within the region.
And then December and January is, my personally favorite exhibit that you all do every year, which is the Peninsula Glass Guild.
Well, you can talk a little more about that, because I've yet to see it. So what is it you love most about it?
I love the way light interacts with glass. I just find it fascinating. And I will then give my own personal tip, which is a lot of these items are for sale, but you have to go really early because they sell out. I mean, I went late and I didn't get to purchase anything. So next year I'm going like opening night. I'm very excited about
and that's
this.
in early December when it opens.
Yes.
Yeah, December 1. So.
And I think that, I don't know what it is about glass. I mean, I think it's easier for people to understand or see or appreciate. It's like the Impressionists, some things are just more popular for the masses.
It's true. It's kind of that way about pottery. People enjoy the process of making it. They understand it. And if you've ever been to a hot shop or watched people blowing glass, shaping glass, forming glass, it's just fascinating. In a way, I enjoy watching painters paint, but not everyone does. But almost everyone enjoys seeing someone throw a pot or
it's
blow
like a
glass.
Bigger process in some ways, and it's
it's very tactile. It is. Yeah.
Well, you don't want to touch the hot glass, but with all the tools
That's
and stuff.
true.
And I think too, here in Hampton Roads, we have a lot of glass artists. We have the Chrysler. We have people who've seen that, and
absolutely.
So we have an amazing. I mean, not that we don't have amazing talent. We have amazing talent in art, in music. I mean, I think
in dance
that we could really be
all around
be
us.
known for all those things.
I agree.
It's such a vibrant. The arts are so vibrant in Hampton.
They are. In the Hampton Roads region, the region loves art. And what we really need to do is continue to do the good work of making sure it's accessible for everyone. When I was a young boy, I had a speech impediment and a stutter, and I wore special shoes, and I was overweight, and the arts provided a way for me to find my path in life. It won't change everybody's life. For some folks, it's just a nice, relaxing evening. But I know, and I think everybody who works in the arts, and even you know, that what we really are doing every day is finding a way to change people's lives and then people find a way to change the world. So it's what we do.
You know, it is. And even if it's not big change, even if it's just, I've changed my mind, it's a little bit like a day at the beach. You know, you go to the beach and you relax and you don't think. Or you read a book that is easy. You go to the art museum and you don't have to think either. You can just kind of stand there and look, or even just feel, you know, just
That's exactly
get that
right.
feeling from it. And when you leave, or when you leave a performance, it's like, I've had a break and I've been revived a little
about
bit.
the Charles H. Taylor Art Center. One of the things I love about the way that gallery is set up is even on your lunch break, go on in with your bag lunch and just sit there.
It's amazing.
Just sit there and enjoy
and it's
your
always
time.
free.
Yes.
And there's those little, James always puts little sheets that describe the artist or the work.
Absolutely.
So you can go a little deeper if you have time. And if not, you can just walk through and look. You know, it's very easy.
Just being surrounded by all that talent is somehow relaxing.
It is. It's wonderful. Well, Jeff, it's been very exciting. This doesn't feel relaxing. This feels exciting. There's
It is
a lot
exciting.
going on.
Yes, there is.
We are glad to have you.
Thank you.
And I look forward to seeing you again.
Absolutely.
Maybe you'll come back and
I will.
tell
Thanks,
us some more
Robin.
things. All right. Thank you. And thank you for watching. I hope you'll make it to some of the performances at the American Theater and also the exhibits at Charles Taylor, because as you've seen, there's great things going on. Thank you.